Next section, ready? In the diagram below, line segment L, line segment M intersect the middle of the circle. What's the measure of angle X, which is the one over here? Look, what can you say about those two angles?
They're very nice.
Oh, those are fine looking angles, yes. What else can you say about those angles? They add up to 180. Hey, very good, Anthony, nicely done. So I do 180 minus 47, and I come up with 133 degrees.
Where are you?
Choice B. You gotta flip forward a bunch of pages till you get to the next section. You remember how we do this, where you do the part A is the video, and then part B is you do, and then part C. Okay, next up. Which best describes AC in this right triangle? So which term do you think describes that? Leg, base, altitude, hypotenuse? Everybody, what do you think? Hypotenuse. Remember, we draw the line across from the right angle, and that tells us the hypotenuse, so we have choice D. Next, what's the measure of angle X in the diagram below? What do those two angles have to add up to? Not 180, no. 90. Right? This guy over here is 90. The whole thing, all three angles is 180, so these two also have to be 90. So I do 90 minus 67, and that is that 57 or 67? Good. So that would be 23 degrees. Choice A. So these are some basic geometry kind of questions. Next one. What's the length of the diagonal here? So I use the Pythagorean theorem. This is the right angle, so the x is the hypotenuse. 5 squared, leg squared, plus leg squared is hypotenuse squared. 5 squared is 25. 12 squared is 144 is equal to x squared. Add them up, I get 169 is x squared, square root both sides, which would be difficult, but you have a calculator to do it for you, and 13 is the correct answer. Next, what's the measure of angle X? Let me ask you a question. Are those two angles both acute, both obtuse, or is one acute and one obtuse? Here we go. These two angles here and here. They're different, which means one is acute and one is obtuse. What do you know in this diagram when one's acute and one's obtuse? What do they add up to? 180. Very good. So if I do 180 minus 40, I get, choice D, 140 degrees. Chikyle, did you have a question?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. So let's go to the next one.
Is there no 16?
I thought this was a really hard question. In years past, I spent more time talking, in years past, I spent more time talking about alternate interior angles than I did this year. Spent a little bit of time on it, but not that much. Alternate interior angles are wherever you can make the letter Z. And the tucks in the Z, those corners, make the alternate interior angles. So in this case, it's angle 3 and 7. 2 and 6 are also alternate interior angles. Both of them work. Interior meaning that they're between the parallel lines, and alternate meaning they're changing sides of the transversal.
Wait, 2 and 6. So, but
2 and 6 would also work, but it's not a choice.
Okay,
So 3 and 7.
but if it wasn't, I picked both.
If it was and you picked either, you would get full credit. Okay. Now, oh, you know what? It looks like there was no part A on this for whatever reason. Okay, so I just did, oh no, yeah, I just did part B. I don't know why there's no part A.
Part A on video, Mr. L. will do question number 2.
Yeah, and then I don't know why it wasn't there, but I did part B for you, which means you then only have to do part C. So let me stop this video, and I'm done recording that one.
You didn't stop recording.
Oh, there we go.